Hello, welcome. This is the P5JS tutorial on variables. My name is Ben Orsko. I teach at Parsons School of Design. So what are variables? Variables are an easy way to store, retrieve, and modify data. This is sort of a fundamental of every computer programming language that I've used professionally and I've come across with professionally, and it creates something called Turing completeness if you're into the philosophy of such things. But it allows us to get the computer to remember and give us back data. Variables are all stored on your RAM. That stands for random access memory. This is an example of what RAM might look like in your computer. All of your variables go on something like this. And when they're stored, they take up a certain amount of physical space. This means on your RAM, you can only store so many variables. Now, when you're beginning programming like this, you probably won't run into this problem. As you get more advanced, you will, because your RAM can store millions and millions of variables. But I like to think of it like this picture here. When I write a variable like let circle x position equals 85, I like to think of that as actually being taken up on my RAM in like a certain amount of space. In JavaScript, we have certain keywords for variables. These are the things that let us tell the computer to store some data. The computer does not know to store any data until we say, please store some data. So JavaScript has three main ones you'll see. Let is the one we'll be using. Var is the older version of this let. They're functionally very similar. And const, and this is for things that haven't changed. So here are the examples. Circle x position is 85. I use let there. Var furniture, this is a list of furniture as strings. And then finally const pi. Pi hasn't changed in thousands of years. I doubt it will in the course of our class together. So you might be saying, why should I use let or var? There is a difference. It's a computer science sort of reason. I'll put a link to an article in the description. You can read up on that, but you should use let unless you need to use var. Now, if you look at other computer programming languages, you might notice many different variable types. So here's some examples. Int stands for integer, which is a whole number. Float, these are for numbers that are decimal points. Char stands for character. This is for a single letter. Class double is like a very big float. Boolean is a true or false. Now, JavaScript makes this easy. We can just say let, and it will store any type of data, even a set of instructions of data. When we get to functions, you'll see how that works. But in other programming languages, you have to specify the type of data you want to store. And this has to do with the way that it's stored on your RAM. So an integer takes up a certain amount of physical space. A string array, like this furniture here, takes up more physical space on your RAM. And this is why different programming languages have this. But functionally, it's the same for you as a programmer. So let's get to an example in JavaScript. And I'm going to be using my dog MoonPie for this example. Now, we want to remember when MoonPie's birthday is. So I'm going to switch over to the P5JS editor, online editor. Now here I have some code, and this is to set up and the draw function, these set up at window. We're not going to be using those today, so I'm just going to delete those for now. Most of the time we will be using those in the future. So if you remember what to type, the first thing is let. Let the computer know you need to store a variable. So let space, you can't say capital L. I'm going to say birthday. Now, you can call a variable any name you want. So let is let birthday. This is so you can retrieve the data you store later. You name it something. Because this is specifically MoonPie's birthday, I'm going to make this more specific. MoonPie birthday. And it's good to make your variables as specific as possible. It'll make your code easier to read. You'll thank yourself later. If I say console.log, this is a command to see what's stored in a variable. If I type that in and hit play, you'll see in the console down here, it says undefined. That means there is no data at that location in the RAM. I said, please store some data, but didn't give it any data to store. To store data, we have to use what's called the assignment operator. This is a fancy word for an equals sign, a single equals sign. It is not a double equal sign. That's an equality operator. We'll get to those later. So let MoonPie birthday single equal sign. We think it's the 23rd of June. So if I hit this and I say play, 23 will pop out in the console. Now, I also want to store the month name. So I'm going to say I need to store some data, MoonPie birth month. And in this case, I'm going to type in June. And notice I've put it in quotes. If I don't put the quotes around June, the computer will think that this is going to be another variable with the name of June instead of the data stored as June. So down here in console log, I'm going to retrieve that data by typing it in, the name of it, and I'll hit a comma so it makes a little separation between the two. June 23. Now, my dog is a rescue. We're not quite sure when her birthday is, and she doesn't really care. She just gets to have extra treats on that day. So if it's convenient, we might shift that birthday 1 or 2 days in the future or in the past, depending on our own schedules. So we can reassign a variable by calling that variable name again, and then saying the assignment operator and just giving a new number. Let's say 18 in this case. Let's say we were busy that week. We knew we were going to be busy, and we wanted to celebrate her birthday on the 18th instead. So you can see that the number has changed. This location in data in our RAM, MoonPie birthday, now has the data 18 stored in it. Notice I did not put let here. Once you've said let and then a name of some data, you don't have to say let again. That name of the data is now reserved for that location in your memory. Now, I don't have to just assign data with just to another number. I can use math to assign data dynamically and change data. So to modify data, let's change her birthday. MoonPie birthday minus 4. Let's move 4 days into the past. So when I get to this line, find the data stored in MoonPie birthday, which is 23, subtract 4 from it, making it 19, then store 19 in MoonPie birthday again. You'll see this type of code pattern a lot. Take a data you already have, add a little to it, and reassign it. And I can use a plus sign here if we need to shift it a week in the future, or a few days in the future. I hope this was helpful for you. I want to review before we're done here. Variables help you store, retrieve, and then modify data on a computer. You can use operators to modify that data. And there's a lot of different types of operators. One is plus or minus, it's add or subtract. Multiply and divide, you can use those. You can also use double multiply symbol for exponential operators. So 5 to the power of 3 is 125. And then there's some more computery operators, I'll say. Modulo is a remainder after dividing. This is very handy when you're working with arrays. And then there's something called bit shifting. Actually go into the RAM, take some data and move it around without caring about what's actually in that stored in those locations. Pretty cool stuff. Probably won't get to it until later. So thank you. Links for these are in the description, and I hope that that was helpful.